Now having styled himself the Caesar of the Roman Empire, Mehmed the Conqueror looks to his next target, Serbia. While the Serbian despotate would not fully be conquered by Mehmed until the end of the 1450s, the Ottoman campaign in the region began the year after the Constantinople conquest. Serbia had long been a vassal of the Ottoman Empire, making it minimally surprising that Mehmed would look to consolidate power over it. However, it would be his great-grandson who would finally stretch Ottoman control as far as Belgrade. Mehmed had tried to do the same, but John Hunyadi of Hungary proved a mighty obstacle, and the Sultan had other matters on his mind as well. The fall of Constantinople had left minimal territory in the hands of the Byzantines, but some remained nonetheless. Of those lingering lands stood the Despotate of Morea, which the Ottomans had already been entangled with for some time. The Despotate had existed as a vassal of the Ottoman Empire, but its despots, Dimitrios and Thomas Palaiologos, proved to be incredibly poor at their jobs. The region was in a growing state of unrest, and the two brothers of the late Byzantine Emperor soon failed to pay their yearly tribute to the Ottoman Sultan, finally giving Mehmed the Conqueror an excuse to launch a new campaign. By the summer of 1460, the Despotate of Morea had fallen to the Ottomans as a product of its ruler's incompetence and the Sultan's grand ambitions. And Mehmed was not ready to stop here. Morea hadn't been the only dying ember left of the Byzantine flame that had been snuffed out. The nearby empire of Trebizond would have to be torn down just the same if Mehmed was to fully conquer all of Byzantium. With the rest of its allies already disintegrated, the Emperor of Trebizond wasn't clueless to the fact that he would have a hard time finding aid when the Ottomans inevitably came. Emperor David responded to this reality by building up friendships with his eastern neighbors, in hopes that they may therefore elicit assistance from some unconventional allies. Possibly undermining this move, however, David attempted in 1460 to free himself of Trebizond's tribute to the Ottoman Sultan, making this request to the Sultan himself. Mehmed had no mind for such a plea, and made his reply the following year, with the invasion of Trebizond. Those eastern allies of David's, they were of little help, and one, Sinop, gave in to the Ottomans even as they marched towards Trebizond. With the Ottoman land forces and navy closing in, it became clear that the emperor and his territory had only a short time left. Eventually realizing that no one was coming to his aid, and his only shot at survival would be to give up his city as the last pillar of the outreaches of the once mighty Byzantine Empire, David informs the conqueror that he was ready to negotiate a surrender. Talks soon led to the official capitulation of Emperor David and Trebizond, thus subduing all that had still remained of Byzantium and its existence as successor to the splendid Roman Empire. The full and marvelous conquest of all that the Greeks had left to call their own may be one of Mehmed's most well-known accomplishments. One of. Quite possibly the Sultan's next most famed endeavor was his continued campaign against the Principality of Wallachia and his rivalry with the man he'd once grown up with, Vlad III Dracula.